Hi there, Caribou staff and students. This is Mr. Young here. I just wanted to make a little video here and share it with everyone about this upcoming password reset that is happening. It's because of all the unwanted spam, and it looks like the some student accounts have been breached here in the school district. So District IT has put in this mandatory password reset, as well as password complexity requirements that's coming up. So this is a little video that I'm making to kind of help people with this issue so that they can pick strong and secure and unique passwords. So let's get started here. Just give me a moment while I switch some stuff up. There we go. All right. So the issue here is that the district wants us to make a strong password. I think the requirements is they want 8 characters, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols, something like that, because they need everybody's accounts to be reset. So what we need to do is we need to create strong passwords. That's not easily guessed by computers or users. It needs to be at least 6 characters long. I think maximum 16, I believe, if memory serves me correct. But more importantly, easy for us, easy for you to remember so that as students or staff, when you log into the computers, depending on what the time span between logins is, that you're going to be able to remember it, as well as unique, ideally unique for each different systems. What we don't want is that uh, you're using the same password for your school account, for your MyEd, for your bank, for your personal Gmail or Facebook or TikTok or whatever accounts. All right. And a big issue is having to remember it. So one thing to do is to have it more extreme or crazier, making it easier to remember. And what I am going to introduce to everyone is we're going to use the rock as what's known as a mnemonic device, or something that will help us remember our password. All right. So if you know anything about Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he is a movie star and a WWE or WWF back in my day wrestler, and he loves Vancouver. So I'm going to use this information to make a password that's going to be long and strong, and it's going to have that mixture of uppercase, lowercase, symbols, and numbers. All right, because Dwayne Johnson loves Vancouver, here is an example password that is very long and meets his requirements. So it says The Rock hearts or loves Vancouver with that symbol, and then the number 3 Vancouver, and you can see it's 18 characters. We've got a mix of uppercase and lowercase, and we got symbols in here. That's one example. Another one, I'll take Katy Perry here. We'll listen to her song, but Katy Perry's Fireworks. It's a very famous song, popular song. And what we could do is we could take the lyrics of that song. So, even brighter than the moon, 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 as one of the lines, little catchy phrase in that. So, with that, I can use this as my password. So, you can see I've taken the first letter of each word of the lyrics, and rather than repeat moon or M the 3 times, to do that number and symbol part, I could do an asterisk 3. So all I need to remember is just the lyrics and just type it in the initials of that. So that's another way. So that's the second way. All right. We could make it stronger because it's not very long. I mean, it does meet the requirements of what the district wants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's, or actually almost there because they want us to have 8 characters, but we can add to that later and I'll give some examples of that. All right. We could use the entire long if you want to. All right. But then this is definitely more than the 13 characters. I do not know if the district allows spaces for part of the password. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then you're going to have to pick something else. All right, last mnemonic device, last thing that we can do to help us remember a password is to pick three things that are easy for you to remember. So here we've got the color red. Here we've got sushi and Star Wars Episode 4. So these are, for example, these could be 3 things that are my favorite things. All right, and from that we can make a password. All right, red sushi Star Wars 4 exclamation mark. All right, because these things are important to me, easy for me to remember. I can combine it, put it together, make it into a password. To make these passwords unique, what you can do is develop a password structure. So because these are password structures, you can make up your own rules with respect to it, how you want to put it together. You don't have to put color first. Uh, 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 you don't have to spell things the appropriate way. You can change the spelling if it has meaning to you. But if anything, must supersede or must be better than the minimum requirement. So I made this presentation for another thing. So most systems have a minimum password length of 6 or more. I think the district wants us to have 8. All right, we have to have a complexity of upper and lowercase and numbers and symbols. They want at least 3 of them. I would recommend that you use all 4 of them, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols, just to make it that more sophisticated and complex. And as long as you keep your password structure unique, it's going to be hard to guess, hard for a hacker to program a script to break your password. So again, I'll use the Rock Hearts Vancouver. All right, maybe a little bit too long because the district requires 16 characters or maximum, so you could shorten it up a little bit, but we'll use this as a base. All right, and for different services, so for example, Twitter, we could put Twitter out in front, or for banking, if you use Vancity as your bank, you could put the name of the bank at the end. As long as you keep the structure secret, it's going to be strong and unique. And you don't have to use the whole name. You could split it up. You could split it up like what I'd have here with Google. Put the first part of it at the beginning and the last part at the end, or swap them around, or put it somewhere in the middle. As long as you remember but don't tell anybody, you'll be okay. And if anything, control the password rules. Pick a mnemonic or a memory scheme that will help you remember it. Use it as the base, and then pick a consistent structure to help you remember that unique password. All right, and as long as it's the structure is secret, it will maintain your password integrity. The last thing that you can do, and it's a little bit more work in some sense because you're going to have to remember your device, but you could use a password keeper. And these are tools and programs that help you remember your password. Actually, it remembers it for you. So these are a bunch of them. I have LastPass here crossed out because recently LastPass had a breach in their system, so they're no longer recommended to use them. This article, I don't know if it's been updated to reflect that or not, but LastPass did have a breach. But the issue with this is that you need to have a strong master password. So it has to be long and strong and sophisticated. All right. And you're putting your trust in these systems. But these systems nowadays will automatically generate a random password that you don't have to remember. You just have to use this system to log in. For us here at school, the difficulty would be that if you use one of these password keepers for your school account, what you're going to have to do here is you're going to have to pull out your phone or your device, log into the password keeper, view that particular random 16-character password, and then type it in manually. So that's one downside. So if I used it for my school account, I would have to log into my password keeper, and then when I boot up my laptop or the computer here at school, and I'd have to look at it because I'm not going to remember these 16 random letters, symbols, and numbers. But if I want to keep myself secure, that's what I would need to do. All right, so hopefully this will help. If you need any help resetting your passwords, you can come see me up in room 323 or talk to your teachers, those of you who are students. Staff, you can contact Help Desk if you need help with your passwords. And good luck, everybody. We'll make it through. It's not the end of the world, and hopefully these email spams will not be floating around anymore. We can get back to working and learning here in Burnaby. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye now.